Thursday morning, it's McCollum on Business. I'm Stephen McCollum, and for the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to get you updated to what's happening around the business world. We got a slew of government reports. Of course, the Fed decision yesterday not to change rates, but the focus yesterday was on what's Jerome Powell, the current Fed chair, whose tenure runs up next month. What he's going to do is he still has some time as a governor on his list. We got those updates for you. Plus, Uber's making some big changes. Costco's making a huge change. The threat of the $1.50 hot dog combo, will the price ever go up? Well, we got an update for you there. The update's not what you expect or fear out there as well. And folks, you ever wanted half a shoe? Have I got the story for you coming up later on in the show as well. So with all that being said, we got a lot of information here. Let's get into it with the Market Watch. Oil is coming down here today. It was $120, $130 a barrel at one point yesterday. But coming back down here today as well. And, strong earnings reports by a slew of large companies. We're going to touch on some of those here coming up as well. But all that means, really quick, the Brent oil, well, it was up to $126 per barrel, but it is coming back down here. But the market is taking off with these giant companies reporting, and a lot of good success yesterday in company reports. 594 points up right now for the Dow Jones. It's 49,236 as of right now. The S&P 500, that's up 29 points to 7141 right now. The NASDAQ, it is doing very well. It is doing very well today also. Give me 1 second here. I'll have that for you. As I apologize, NASDAQ has flipped to the negative side here as markets have opened. About 30 minutes now, 59 points down for the NASDAQ, 24,615. So I wanted to refresh my computer real quick. Was I was showing it up? Well, the indicators were showing me that it was down. So it is down right now, 43 points. The Russell 2K, that is up 17 points here to 2752. So all the indexes are up except for the NASDAQ here this morning. And then you got Bitcoin. Well, it's in the 76,000 range still. It's settled in nicely here at this level, 76,494 for Bitcoin here on this Thursday. The Treasury Department just literally announced seconds ago a new Series 1 bond rate. It's going to be 4.26% for the next 6 months. That's going to drive markets nicely as well, coming up off of that information. Stocks that we're paying attention to right now, well, a couple of pharmaceutical stocks. First one, Eli Lilly, is we're paying attention to them. 6.99% up as of right now. Well, they make Zepbound, they make Mounjaro, those GLP-1 medications. Their first quarter earnings and revenue didn't beat expectations. It acted like expectations didn't exist. Yes, they're up big today. Like I said, 7.08% based off of that news. They also increased their full-year sales outlook. They went to between $82 and $85 billion. The previous guidance was $80 to $83 billion as well. So these GLP-1 medications, the pill version of it as well, dominating here for Eli Lilly. Their stock is up huge this morning for them, 6.95%, trading now at $911 a share as of right now. Merck is another pharmaceutical company we're going to pay attention to, another heavyweight out there. They're down 0.39% right now as well. They were up in pre-market. They were up earlier today. They are coming back to positive. You see, if you're looking at us here on the graph, you can see on the left side a big sharp drop-off when the market's open. It's coming back up here now, but Merck actually had first quarter results that did beat expectations as well. All thanks to a strong demand for its cancer immunotherapy drug, Keytruda is what it's called. Look at me go. Early on a Thursday, and I nail it. Merck lost an adjusted $1.28 per share. The expectation was a loss of $1.51 per share, so they beat their numbers by a lot also. Revenue came in at $16.29 billion. Well, that was above the $15.82 billion expected, and that's a big numbers there for Merck as well. although their stock isn't portraying it like Eli Lilly's is here today. Merck is down 0.14%, but that's going to get on the positive side here shortly. We'll see where it goes the rest of the day. And then let's go local flavor here. Everybody's down home farmers market company, Sprouts Farmers Market, is what we're going to talk about. They are up 14.212%. It just changed on me there. They posted their first quarter earnings and revenue beat, against their estimates out there. They also raised its full year 2026 earnings guidance. They raised it up to $5.32 to $5.48 per share. Before it was at $5.28 to $5.44 per share. Sprouts Farmers Market first quarter results good, very good out there, and expected to be good the rest of the year by their future guidance as well. And of course, they are a local company doing good out there on the market. Later on, when we come back, we're going to look at, big, huge tech stocks out there. We're talking Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft. All did some announcings yesterday as well, and announcements. So we'll talk and look at that specific industry when we come back later on and look at the market again with that Market Watch coming up. But first, a bunch of stories, as I told you, like this morning, oil is coming down after being very high yesterday. Trump has said his blockade would cause Iran's oil industry to explode this week. He's constantly talking about that. That hasn't happened, leading to some fears around the market. But that is leading the oil up there. But we also got a slew of government reports, like, for instance, the core personal consumption expenditures price index came out yesterday. The core version of that, which excludes the volatile food and energy categories, it accelerated a seasonally adjusted 0.3% for the month. That means the 12-month inflation rate is at 3.2%. That reporting comes from the Commerce Department. And obviously, the Fed Reserve wants it at 2% is the nominal number that they're looking at. The readings did actually meet the estimates out there by the Dow Jones at that time. So no surprises. Core inflation did hit its highest level since November of 2023, though, with these numbers as we're dealing with that. Then if you want to include volatile gas and grocery components, they saw higher readings. Monthly gain at 0.7%. The annual rate hitting 3.5% as well. Yeah, with gas and groceries up, including those numbers. When we know gas is going up, we know food is up as well. Those are also in line with the forecasted numbers. Now, if we move to other reporting out there, the Commerce Department also reported gross domestic product grew at a 2% seasonally adjusted pace in the first quarter. It's up from 0.5% in the fourth quarter of 2025, but did not hit the estimate. The estimate was 2.2%. The modest growth rate, it comes despite the surge in spending on artificial intelligence and what would have been a boost from the end of last year's government shutdown, and that shutdown ending, and then the spending occurs again. The Labor Department did do their reporting yesterday as well. They reported initial jobless claims totaled the seasonally adjusted 189,000 for the week. That week ends April 25th. That's a decline of 26,000 from the prior week and well below the 212,000 estimate. It was the lowest reading since September 1969 for a labor market. Well, we've been in this low fire mode for most of the past year. We're just stuck, right? Stuck in the mud, if you could say, a stick in the mud here as an economy. And there's two types of economies out there. A high economy, meaning a lot of spending on AI and those infrastructures, but then the rest of us out there, those high market companies, the rest of the companies struggling with gas prices and obviously inventory costs and cost of goods sold costs, things that cost to make things. So an interesting economy that we're in, but a slew of government reports yesterday after the Federal Open Market Committee got together and they voted to hold interest rates steady again. We knew that was going to happen yesterday. We knew there was going to be no change for a myriad of reasons. The economy, inflation worries, Jerome Powell's final meeting as well. But there's two things we were looking for. One, what the voting levels were. Who voted for it, who didn't? Was there a split? There was. And also, what's Jerome Powell's plans after his Fed chairmanship, at least, ends here in the next month? Well, the vote to hold interest rate steady. It came with 4 dissents yesterday. It does reflect disagreements within the Fed over the proper setting of monetary policy and also how to react to these economic uh, issues that we have out there, right? The cross currents. Inflation above target for right now and has been for 5 years running. But also, the labor market is stabilized despite the amount of layoffs we're having. Overall, it's a stabilized labor market. Confusing numbers here on how to handle what we're dealing with. 3 regional presidents were among the 4 votes against the post meeting statement. They objected actually to the phrasing that implied the next move for rates would be lower. There are Fed chairmen out there that vote on this committee that are eyeing higher interest rates if the economy doesn't get in control, specifically inflation here soon. So they were objecting on that level. The focus, though, of this meeting, besides the interest rate, who voted for it, who didn't, well, the focus was on the future of Jerome Powell. He's currently the Federal Reserve Chairman. He did say yesterday that he will stay on the Board of Governors for an indefinite period while a probe into the renovation of the central bank's headquarters is continuing. Now, a couple things going in. There's some politics happening here, right? By staying on, well, Powell is denying President Trump a majority on the Board of Governors. Trump's other appointees on the 7-member board, that includes Christopher Waller, Michelle Bowman. Now he's getting the Fed president on there as well, as he's going to be confirmed. It's looking more and more like that. Trump appointees, Stephen Moran, well, his term has expired. He will leave when Warsh is confirmed at that chairman's stat category. Powell's tenure at the chair does end next month, but he has 2 years remaining on his seat as governor. And a lot of times, if you're done being governor, you just retire from the board altogether and get out of that business. But he's staying on for a little bit. He says he's staying on till the probe into the rebuilding of the building is done. He's also trying to stick it to the man. Also, I have a feeling from that perspective. So that's the slew of government stuff out there that we're looking at here today as well. And let's get into some company things, right? If you travel a lot or you travel for vacation, you check out, right, Priceline, you check out Travelocity, hotels.com. You do all of that stuff. And what do they have? Flights, hotels, rental cars, everything in one package. Well, now Uber came out this week and said users will soon be able to book hotels through their app. So they're looking to expand its offerings and become a do-it-all travel service. So Uber will offer more than 700,000 hotel listings directly on the app. It's all part with the Expedia Group as their partnership they're working with. So while traveling, users will get reminders to schedule Uber rides and see options for Uber Eats room service that can obviously deliver food and anything you forgot, for your trip. Forget your toothbrush? Hotels don't have them anymore. You can just send them to Target and get you one, right? Phone chargers are often forgotten as well. Uber said the goal of these upgrades is to reduce the number of steps for travel for its users. Uber will offer, as I said, all these options here. Now, I doubt they're going to do rental cars because they want you to rather use, use their service over getting a rental car. But we'll see where they go moving forward as well as we get into that. Later this year, by the way, Uber customers, you'll also be able to book any vacation rental available on VRBO, Verbo, all through the Uber app. That's a partnership they came up with over the last few months. Going to roll out later on this year as well. Uber's doing all this. Well, they say they want to make your travel life easier, but they're also aimed at boosting their Uber One memberships. That's their subscription service. It's priced at $9.99 a month right now. Uber said it had 46 million Uber One members at the end of 2025. That's up 55% compared to the year prior. Why is the Uber One so impressive? Just like Amazon with their Amazon Prime membership. Well, it's guaranteed money every year and every month going into the company's coffers. You don't have to rely on a service being used if people are just paying the $9.99 a month. So Uber looking at those ways to get things up as well. And kind of a follow-up here now, BNSF Railway, they're trying to build that big transfer station up there outside of Whitman here in Arizona. We've told you that story a lot. But if you remember, there's a merger trying to happen in the railroad industry as well. And Union Pacific, as a follow up here, they hope regulators, well, they're going to be more inclined this time to accept the $85 billion acquisition of Norfolk Southern. They had to put a detail together, they had to submit it. Last time it was hopefully rejected on this merger as well. Well, now they're resubmitting it here, and they did it early this morning, and they trying to sell everybody on how this is good for the country. The U.S. Surface Transportation Board rejected the initial application from Union Pacific. They said regulators wanted more details about how the deal would affect the competitive balance between the only five remaining major freight railroads. Yeah. How does that impact customers is what they wanted more information on. Well, Union Pacific CEO said the new application they put out today makes an even stronger case for the benefits of the merger, and he believes would shave a day or two off the delivery time for many shipments because they don't have to be handed off between two railroads in the middle of the country. Yeah, the railroad system is an interesting one out there. It's not like trucking companies where you can load up, like on a Swift truck in New Jersey and just haul it straight to California. It's not that way at all. So what they're saying is here in the proposal that these railroad projects and the merging of these companies, well, it could lead to shifting 2.1 million truckloads off the highways and specifically into trains as they can speed that up. Norfolk Southern and CSX, those two railroads, they serve the eastern U.S. is how this works. Union Pacific and BNSF, well, they serve the West Coast here in the United States. There are two major Canadian rails. They compete where they can with their tracks going across not just Canada, they do extend into the United States and Mexico as well. So that's how the railroad system is split up. A merged Union Pacific would likely control about 40% of the nation's freight. The railroad said that currently BNSF delivers that much of the nation's freight by itself. So the railroad said the deal would shift which railroad dominates the market, but it wouldn't dramatically change the competitive balance out there because they're saying they have a competitor that does just as much as they would do as a combined entity out there. So the railroad situation, there's all these laws around railroads and really makes your head hurt a little bit when you delve into how these railroad systems work. And it's all from back in the 1930s also, these laws that we're dealing with out there. Hey, fight fans, right, on the sports world, as we take a peek into that. We got the main event coming up here live from 8 to 10 a.m. today. But first, I want to tell you about this on the business side. UFC and Bud Light announced they have a Bud Light Summer Series coming our way for the summer. It is going to begin in May's UFC 328. That's coming up in Newark, New Jersey here in a couple weeks. The Summer Series is going to include that event, UFC 329 in Las Vegas, UFC 330 from Philadelphia. They're going to put other events into it, but those are yet to be determined. They just announced the numbered fights there. What's going to happen here with the Summer Series? Well, it's going to feature a concert at Toshiba Plaza outside of T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for that Las Vegas event. So a concert on Friday, July 10th. That's also International Fight Week, by the way. Fans will be able to receive limited edition merchandise and see co-created social media content with UFC athletes. So they're basically trying to spruce up the UFC fights. And don't forget, right, you have the White House card coming up here this summer as well. Bud Light has been the UFC's official sponsor since 2023, and they give a lot of credit to Bud Light for the profile and the growth of the UFC as well since they joined forces as well. The moving to Paramount Plus for streaming they basically attribute Bud Light's the eyeballs that Bud Light brings for those types of stuff, but also that. They attribute Bud Light for the growth that the UFC has had. So Bud Light concert series coming up for you UFC fans if you're in those areas and things to look forward to. Hey, Walmart, you might see something different next time you're in there. Well, maybe not quickly, but some places are getting it sooner than others. Yeah, you might, next time you go looking for makeup, skincare products, you might get what you see at all the other stores out there. in-store advisors. Yes, they're looking at bringing in-store advisors in to offer personalized tips and recommendations to you. Walmart is breaking out of that no-frills service model that they've had over since their founding as well. And they're staffing its beauty aisles with trained specialists. And those specialists can suggest foundation shades to match your skin tone, or things about moisturizers, trends happening on TikTok, etc. The roles were filled at 22 stores in Arkansas and Texas in recent months. They expect to have more than them in more than 400 of its 4,600 Walmart stores by year end as well. So it's going to be a slow growth, but it is coming to stores near you as well. So the addition of beauty experts are coming to Walmart, right? And Target, Sephora, they have Sephora's in them, etc. Ulta also. All those stores are vying for the bigger slice of that U.S. beauty and personal care pie out there. That's a $129 billion industry, by the way, here in the United States as well. So Walmart's going the customized advice and, places like that to kind of grow their business there as well. So they tested it before. About a year ago, Walmart set up areas in 40 stores across the country. And that's where customers could sample makeup and speak with those beauty advisors. They called that pilot the beauty bar concept, and now they've expanded it into hundreds of stores from that success of those 40 stores as well. They also want to remodel 650 locations by the end of the year. And we told you about Walmart's plans to expand here in Arizona yesterday on the program. But they're moving the beauty departments to the front of the stores. They're installing displays to showcase products, getting attention on social media. All part of that remodel coming your way for Walmart as well, folks. So you're going to start to be hounded by the. I mean, every time I go get makeup, I just get hounded by the people asking me what I'd like, and they just assume I don't know, being a guy. Hey, when we come back here at McCollum on Business, we keep the show rolling. Woo, we got some local stories coming your way, and you don't those pesky sandals. You don't like them covering your whole feet? Well, we have a solution for you coming up. Stay with us, folks. Come on back. McCollum on Business, Thursday edition. We're back here, McCollum on Business, Thursday edition. Look, it's Thursday. You just saw the commercial there for The Real Matrix coming out. New episode tomorrow, 10 a.m. here at Robat TV, noon on Rumble, and also on the free podcast systems at noon as well. This week, another fun episode coming your way. Last week was the moon landing. The Angry Patriot just asked that you come into the show and be prepared to question things. He doesn't preach at you, doesn't expect you to believe in things. He just wants you to question things happening out there in the world. The Real Matrix, there, Rumble, as well as on the podcast systems. Just search The Real Matrix, Angry Patriot, Pops right up for you on your favorite podcast system out there. That's coming up tomorrow on Friday. As soon as we're done here on McCollum on Business, we get this up, of course, on Robat TV on demand. We've got the TME Media AZ on YouTube. Give us a like and follow. We've seen the subscribers go up on that. We appreciate you very much out there. You want to follow TME Media AZ and subscribe to it? We're doing some other things. We're testing some things right now. We're going to be doing some off-show stuff as well on there. So you want to subscribe to it here to get alerted when we are on there as well, besides our show times here at McCollum on Business, the Pit Stop, and, of course, the main event as well out there. And also, you can catch all of our programming that we do here as a parent company here on the here at TME Media, here at Robat TV. You can also, find us on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. I have to give that to you. The Rumble algorithm is a little bit different from what they've told me. So we have to give you the long explanation here until it kind of kicks up. But all of our programming, including the Real Matrix, on Rumble as well. We roll right into the main event after this. Today's Thursday means Uncle Lou comes in at 9 o'clock. We talk UFC. NHL hockey is going on right now. This night's Mammoth Series has been fantastic. Double overtime last night. Man, I fell asleep pretty much right as that puck went in that second overtime last night. We'll talk of that with Uncle Lou as well. Del Illustrated is returning this morning. Comes and joins us for a limited time today before he heads off and does some other work out there. But, it's going to be another fun Thursday live, 8 to 10 a.m. here at Robat TV. And you want to follow the TME Media AZ as well to catch us live as well over there on YouTube. Of course, goes out on the podcast systems after that. Follow us there at TME Sports Show on X as well. Follow TME Media AZ on X also. That's the parent company's page. Puts out the promotions, things we do. Yes, we have our shows that we put out here on the YouTube, Robat TV, as well as on the Rumble pages. Well, we do a lot more here as well. We produce other shows and do a lot of work with people that, it goes out to other entities out there, and it's fun to do that. And, we kind of going to start putting that out there at TME Media AZ. And if you're looking for a place to, help record your stuff and producers to help you, give you some ideas on where to go, test things out, hit us up. We're more than happy to talk to you about that and move you in the right direction as well, folks. And all that being said, the Pit Stop is up this week as well. We did it early on Tuesday this week because of my schedule yesterday with some personal things that I had to take care of with my graduating 18-year-old. Ceremony went well yesterday and everything. So we did Pit Stop on Tuesday. That's up as well on, the Pit Stop Talk on X. You can find us there. Of course, you can find it on YouTube as well as Rumble, and then the Pit Stop Talk on your favorite podcast system. You can find it. For those of you that want to listen to those shows, folks, it's been a long week. It's been a fun week here as well. Let's finish up this Thursday by doing another look at the Market Watch. And everything is kind of changing here as the day goes on. Not overall, specifically in the tech stuff that we're going to look at here in a minute. The kind of couple companies are dragging down that NASDAQ, but right now you can see positivity overall in the market. The Dow Jones right now up 774 points as we look at it. S&P 500's up 35 points right now. NASDAQ still down 107 points. And we're going to talk about Meta platforms here coming up here in just a moment, kind of dragging that down. Russell 2K up 29 points right now to 2763 for the Russell 2K. So NASDAQ, the one laggard here today, and we'll talk about kind of situations why in just a moment here. But Bitcoin just hovering in that 76,000 range right now, 76,488 for Bitcoin here today. We told you oil prices are coming down as well. A lot of uncertainty kind of hopefully leaving the market here. We'll have to keep our eyes on that, but we're going to look at those tech stocks and heavy tech stocks. And first one we're going to look at is the one that's kind of lingering down today, and that's Meta platforms. You know them, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram parent company. It's down 10.18% right now. They hiked its full-year capital expenditures guidance. They hiking it, folks, spending money here on their AI. We know that when they did their announcements last quarter and announced their spending for the year, the market did not like that. They certainly don't like it being hiked again here as well. So the full year capital expenditures guidance, they've hiked it up to 125 to 145 billion dollars. Obviously, this is raising huge concerns for the AI spending that Meta Platforms is doing right now as well. They did have a better than expected quarter one reporting and everything, but capital expenditures, whatever they're making, they're putting more out in spending on the AI side. And the markets are concerned about that, specifically with Meta Platforms. That's why they're down 10.28%. And I apologize for my voice here. Went a little squirrely on me, but we're also going to look at Alphabet here. Their shares are up 5.33% right now. They posted their first quarter revenue of $109.9 billion and did beat the estimate. The estimate was around $107 billion. Google Cloud revenue specifically, well, it's up 63% from last year. $20.02 billion last quarter. The expectation was only $18.05 billion, so they beat that number. But anytime one specific segment of your business, Google Cloud revenue coming in at 63% up from last year, big day for Alphabet, 5.39% up here today for them as well. And then let's look at the other one, Microsoft. Yeah, down 5.18% here today as well. They reported $31.9 billion in capital expenditures and finance leases for their fiscal third quarter. Yeah, that was below the consensus number of $34.9 billion that was expected out there. The company did do an earnings and revenue beat in this quarter. They did do that, but again, we're coming around capital expenditures monies are what are driving these companies down here today. Microsoft down, Meta down as well. Alphabet's up, but because of their Google Cloud revenue up 63%. So that's what's happening with those tech companies, and the AI companies are going to be interesting to keep your eyes on here as we continue on. They have to spend an outrageous amount of money to stay in front of this and everything. What's that doing for their bottom line as they continue to move forward in revenue and things to that effect? And we'll have to see how it continues. Do they eventually knock off the AI spending, or do they just keep doubling down on it? It's kind of what we need to look at going forward. And Costco fans, got news for you. If you did not get this alert yesterday, I heard bells going off. All the headlines say Costco is changing that $1.50 all beef hot dog and soda menu, menu item combo. Let's put it that way. So you get the hot dog, you get the 20-ounce soda, $1.50. They are changing it, but everybody had those daring headlines making it sound like it was going to go up in price. Nope, it's not, folks. They're giving customers the option now. So if you don't want the fountain drink, you can now switch it out for a 16.9-ounce bottle of Kirkland Signature Water. This is the first update to the combo in more than 40 years to happen. So they're not even looking at the price. The price is going to remain the same. It just gets you the option there. Refillable soda for 20 ounce, or switch to a bottle of water there as well. Not refillable, I'm imagining, unless you go to a water fountain, right? But the price is going to remain the same, folks. Costco fans, rejoice. Yeah. Rejoice. Woo. But you are still going to get, free refills on that. They're not cutting back anything on that side. And anytime you add a little extra, menu item, it's not the end of the world, right? Hey, we know that the 250th birthday of the United States is coming up this July. That was a big theme yesterday in the JRTC event I was at yesterday. But companies are getting involved now as well. Southwest Airlines, well, they're going to celebrate the 250th birthday of America with a new edition. Yes. Now, they already have this red, white, and blue fleet, but they're doing a new edition here as well. Coming up here. Obviously, we're coming up on the 250th anniversary. If you don't know, that's when the Declaration of Independence was signed. Well, Southwest rolled out Independence One is what they are calling it. It's a special airplane of Independence One. Joins two similarly other jets out there. Freedom One, that was unveiled back in 2021. Liberty One, Well, that's another aircraft that has an American flag themed paint job as well. Independence One will make its first flight. It made its first flight yesterday and went from the company's hometown of Dallas to where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were signed. Yes, flying from Dallas to Philadelphia here for this new airline as well. So Southwest Airlines getting involved with the look. Those are pretty sweet looking planes. If you ask me here, to my opinion on those airplanes, fantastic. Now, can you put back to the company to the way it was, please? That's the next step we got to do as well. Hey, we told you earlier this week, or maybe it was end of last week. I think it was earlier this week about the companies and everybody getting together here in Phoenix yesterday to talk about massive role in making Phoenix more of a space component. The Cosmos out there as well. Well, they all came together yesterday in the first ever Space Congress. It's all to grow the space industry in the state. Got some more details here out of this conference. It kind of surprised me. We know we have a lot of industry, right? We were part of the Artemis 2. We have Arizona State and Arizona both doing stuff to put things on the moon for testing robots, etc. We've known that for a while as well out there, the Artemis missions were a big part of it. It's just something that's growing, and they want to add more of it here as well. Well, 1,300 companies in the supply chain are here in Arizona as well. $30 billion in economic impact is what we had learned yesterday during this Cosmo Congress or Space Congress that they had yesterday. We knew they had companies. We knew that revenue was coming through based off of space, but 1,300 companies, 30 billion in economic impact here in the state as well. So some updated numbers there for you as well from that Space Congress. I don't know if it's what that means. I don't know if we're going to get more business here, but staggering numbers coming out of that Space Congress there in downtown Phoenix yesterday. Now, have you ever sat around, folks, and said, my sandals take up too much of my feet? Have you? Because I haven't. I haven't at all. There's a big discussion happening online here today as well. There's a new design from Chanel, the luxury fashion house, as they like to call them out there. Some critics wondering if, they've gone too far. Some would argue they didn't go far enough. Chanel this week unveiled its Cruise 2027 collection. They did this in France. It features a sandal design that leaves most of the foot exposed, folks. It only covers the heel of your foot. Straps wrapped around the ankle. Yeah. Yeah. So you have a little boot for your ankle or for your heel, apparently. The comments I read are hilarious, but then forget about the comments that I read online. Just my thoughts going through my head right now as well. Yeah, Chanel. And they're probably going to charge you for the whole shoe, too, with the Chanel pricing, right? In its review, well, Elle, the fashion magazine, they described the footwear as intentionally incomplete. The cap toe went out the window as the design relied solely on what the brand called a barefoot heel cap. Yeah. Yeah. Chanel's creative director, he came out and said, told Women's Wear Daily that even his own team initially questioned the bold concept. People at Chanel need to be drug tested, is what we are learning here today. Folks, are you going to buy this? There's no price on it. There's no news if it's hitting the market or not. This could just be one of those designer things to get talked about out there as well. Things to that effect. Some people are calling the design genius and brilliant. Others are mocking it, like me, more on that side. My favorite comment here: recession indicators, half the shoe from Chanel. The market we're in, we can only get half a shoe now. It's not even a shoe; it's a shh. I just don't understand the practicability of this, folks. So what's the point of it? Why even put it on at all? If your foot's hitting the ground, how dirty your feet'll be. Ugh. They have not been listed as an official retail item by Chanel. The pricing's not been announced by them as well. Yeah, I suspect this is one of those products that just is out there to get us laymen's here to talk about it and make fun of it a little bit. But there you go, folks. The new design from the geniuses at Chanel. You know what I could just see sitting in the room and somebody goes, you know what I hate the most? Man, I hate how my sandal covers my whole foot. I just, ugh, ugh, ugh. I just need the heel covered. Oh, can't have the whole foot. It just makes me feel icky when I walk around on a whole shoe. Ugh. And somebody went, genius! Folks, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. for McCollum on Business as well. Come and join me. We got the main event coming up next, 8 to 10 a.m. live. TME Media AZ on YouTube. Give us a follow. Subscribe to that as well. Dale Hellestrade returns for the beginning of the show. Uncle Lou also. Folks, wear your shoes today, would you? See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great one.